we're diving into a rare and often overlooked coin that has been making waves in the numismatic world. The 1988 Pinot Mint Mark Washington Quarter Dollar. It's a coin that could potentially be worth millions of dollars. Now, before you rush off to check your pocket change, let's take a closer look at why this coin has become such a hot topic among collectors. First, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1988 P. Washington Quarter was minted in Philadelphia, but here's where things get interesting. In 1988, the U.S. Mint made an unusual decision that caused some serious confusion in the coin collecting world. The reverse of the quarter features the traditional design by John Flanagan, depicting George Washington's likeness, surrounded by the words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum. Standard stuff, right? But here's the twist. The 1988 coin was struck in Philadelphia with a mint mark P. But for some odd reason, it appears that some of the coins had no mint mark at all. Historically, the Philadelphia Mint had placed a mint mark on coins starting in the 1980s, but a production error led to a small batch of 1988 P quarters being released without it. At first, many collectors dismissed these no mint mark quarters as just regular Philadelphia strikes. But it didn't take long for some eagle-eyed collectors to realize something was off. These missing mint mark coins were incredibly rare, and as with most rare errors, they sparked a huge interest. So, what makes these coins so valuable? Well, despite the fact that they were minted in Philadelphia, the no mint mark error creates an extremely rare variant. Only a handful of these were released, making them incredibly sought after by collectors and investors alike. Now, here's where the value skyrockets. While a typical 1988 P quarter may only be worth its face value of 25 cents, a 1988 Pinot Mint Mark quarter has been sold for thousands, and in some rare cases, upwards of millions of dollars. At major coin auctions, these error coins have been fetching high bids, thanks to their rarity. In fact, one 1988 Pinot Mint Mark quarter was recently sold for over $2 million, making it one of the most expensive quarters in history. So, how do you know if you've got one of these ultra-rare coins in your collection? The key is inspecting the coin carefully, especially under magnification. Look closely for the missing mint mark on the reverse side. If you spot it, you may just be sitting on a gold mine. Just to recap, the 1988 Pinot Mint Mark quarter is a rare error coin that was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but was accidentally released without the expected mint mark. Its rarity has made it a highly desirable coin, with some examples now worth millions of dollars. Now that you know the history behind the 1988 Pinot Mint Mark quarter dollar coin, check your change, look through your collection, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find one of these rare, valuable treasures. Text on screen, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more coin collecting tips. We're diving into an intriguing mystery that has collectors buzzing. The 1989 Pinot Mint Mark quarter dollar coin. This coin story is filled with history, rarity, and potential fortune. Stick around as we uncover the truth about this fascinating piece of numismatic history and why it's worth millions of dollars. So, let's start with some basics. The 1989 P quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But wait, here's where things get interesting. Normally, coins from the Philadelphia Mint feature a P mint mark. However, the 1989 P quarter stands out because it has no mint mark. You're probably thinking, how is this possible? That's right. The absence of the mint mark is one of the rarest anomalies in coin history. And this coin is not just an error. It's a highly valuable collector's item. To understand how this happened, we need to dive into the minting process. Typically, coins struck in Philadelphia feature the P mint mark to signify their origin. But during the 1989 production, a small batch of quarters was mistakenly produced without the mint mark. While most of these were caught in time, a few escaped, and these are the coins that collectors now covet. This error likely occurred due to a minting oversight or a faulty die, leading to the creation of these mint markless quarters. The fact that it was such a rare error is part of what makes the 1989 Pinot Mint Mark quarter so special. Now, here's where things get exciting. The value of the 1989 Pinot Mint Mark quarter has skyrocketed. Why? Because of its rarity and the demand among collectors. This coin is incredibly difficult to find in circulation. In fact, the US Mint officially recognizes it as a legitimate but rare error coin. With only a few known to exist, collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. In fact, in recent auctions, one of these quarters was sold for over $2 million, making it one of the most valuable error coins in recent history. Now, if you're wondering how to identify this rare coin, here's what to look for. The key feature is the lack of the P mint mark, which is usually found on the front of the coin, near George Washington's neck. You also want to check for the typical design details of the 1989 quarter, featuring George Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to closely inspect the coin. If it's missing the mint mark on the obverse, you could be holding a treasure in your hand. So why are collectors willing to shell out millions for this coin? The rarity plays a huge role. Only a few of these unmarked quarters survived, and the demand is through the roof. Coin collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for a piece of history that is nearly impossible to find in your typical change jar. Plus, the fact that it's an error coin gives it a certain allure. The idea that a small mistake during minting could lead to such a valuable find is part of what makes the 1989 Pinot Mint Mark quarter so fascinating. So, there you have it, the 1989 Pinot Mint Mark $quarter coin. What started as a small error has turned into a highly sought-after collector's item worth millions of dollars. If you happen to come across one, make sure to get it appraised. You could be holding a true treasure. We're diving deep into the fascinating history, unique details, and the shocking value behind this seemingly ordinary coin that could be worth millions. Let's start with some basics. The 2000p $quarter, part of the US Mint's state quarter program, features the iconic image of George Washington on the front. While most quarters of this era aren't particularly valuable, some coins have unique characteristics that can dramatically increase their worth. In 1999, the US Mint launched the State Quarters program, which quickly became one of the most popular coin programs in US history. These quarters honored each state, with new designs released throughout the early 2000s. While these coins were mostly minted in Philadelphia, marked with a P, or Denver, marked with a D, certain Philadelphia minted coins from 2000 have become particularly valuable. One reason for this rarity is due to potential minting errors or unique die combinations, which can make these coins stand out to collectors. In rare cases, errors on 2000p quarters, such as doubling, missing clad layers, or other distinct marks, may drastically boost a coin's value, especially if preserved in mint condition. Collectors and investors are constantly hunting for coins with errors or unique variations. For a 2000p quarter, things like missing clad layers, die cracks, or misalignment can add significant value. Because these error coins were unintentional, they're incredibly rare, often only found by chance. One reason why certain 2000p quarters are worth millions is their condition. Coins graded MS67 or higher, a near-perfect state of preservation, are especially valuable. The fewer the blemishes, the more a collector is willing to pay. For example, a 2000p quarter with an error and in pristine condition can be valued between thousands to millions of dollars, depending on its grade and the rarity of the error. So, how can you tell if your 2000p quarter is special? Here are a few things to look for. First, check the surface for any doubling, particularly on letters or numbers. Second, inspect the edge for any missing clad layers, which could appear as copper along the edges. Finally, look for any misalignment on the design. For an accurate assessment, consider having your coin professionally graded. This can be the difference between a coin worth face value and one worth a fortune. The million-dollar question: how much is it worth? While most 2000p quarters are still valued at face value, those with rare errors or exceptional grading can fetch thousands or even millions at auctions. In recent years, error coins from the 2000s have been skyrocketing in value, especially as demand from collectors and investors grows. If you're lucky enough to have a 2000p quarter with a unique error in mint condition, you could be looking at a once-in-a-lifetime payday. So, next time you come across a 2000p quarter, take a close look. You might just be holding a fortune. Check for errors, consider professional grading, and who knows? That little coin in your pocket might just be worth millions. We're diving into the story of the legendary 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. While most quarters don't attract much attention, this one's unique story and potential value might just surprise you. Let's set the stage. It's 1965. The Beatles are dominating the music charts. The space race is at its height, and coins are, well, causing quite a stir. This was a historic year for the US Mint as it marked a big change. They stopped making silver quarters. Up until 1964, quarters contained 90% silver. But with silver prices on the rise, the Mint decided to switch to a copper-nickel composition starting in 1965. So, every 1965 quarter should be copper-nickel. But here's where things get interesting. There are rumors and confirmed instances of a few 1965 quarters that were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets. Planchets being the blank discs used to make coins. Imagine the surprise of collectors and experts when they discovered these rare, silver, 1965 quarters. So why is this such a big deal? The answer is simple: rarity. These silver planchet errors are incredibly rare. And because the US Mint didn't record how many slipped through, it adds an extra layer of mystery and allure for collectors. Finding a 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet is like discovering treasure. They're out there, but the odds of finding one are extremely low. If authenticated, these coins can be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the right collector. Could a 1965 silver quarter really be worth millions? Theoretically, yes. If the right conditions come together, a highly graded, uncirculated silver 1965 quarter, with a bit of luck and the right auction, it could bring in a fortune. But here's the tricky part. How can you tell if you have a silver 1965 quarter? First, weigh it. A regular copper-nickel quarter weighs around 5.67 grams, while a silver one is heavier at 6.25 grams. If yours weighs more, you might just have a rare silver quarter in your hands. If you think you've found one, take it to a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can verify its authenticity and grade its condition, which will impact its value. Who would have thought that a regular-looking 1965 quarter could hold such incredible potential? So next time you're sorting through change, keep an eye out. You never know what treasures you might find. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1985 D-Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar coin. Believe it or not, some collectors believe these coins could be worth a fortune. So, what's the story behind this quarter? And could one hiding in your pocket or collection be worth millions? Let's get right into it. First, a little history. The 1985 Washington quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, which is what the D-Mint mark represents. This coin is part of the Washington quarter series that started back in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, this classic quarter stayed mostly the same over the years, but coins from each year come with unique stories and rarities. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1985 D quarter so intriguing. In 1985, around 519 million quarters were struck at the Denver Mint, making it a common coin. However, collectors have identified certain traits and errors in the 1985 D quarters that might boost their value. We're talking about coins with unique characteristics like striking errors, misalignments, and even some off-center strikes. These types of rare mint errors are what can make this quarter extra valuable to collectors. So, what are these errors and varieties we're talking about? Let's look at a few examples. Some collectors have reported coins with double die errors, where parts of the design, like Washington's face or the lettering, appear doubled. There are also quarters that show striking errors, such as off-center strikes or coins struck on a planchet that's not perfectly round. These types of unusual features can add significant value. So here's the big question. Are these coins worth millions of dollars? Well, while most 1985 D quarters in average condition only go for face value or a few dollars if they're in really good condition, those with extreme mint errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. There's no record of one selling for millions just yet. But who knows? With enough interest and a rare enough error, the sky's the limit. Thinking you might have one of these valuable coins? Here's how to find out. Check for any unusual characteristics on your quarter, like doubling in the lettering or an off-center strike. Also, the condition of your coin matters a lot. Coins in mint or uncirculated condition will always fetch higher prices. If you think you found a valuable one, here are a few tips for selling it. First, get it professionally graded. Services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, which will help when you put it up for auction. Then, look into selling through reputable coin auctions or online marketplaces. The right buyer might just be willing to pay a premium for your find. So, there you have it. The 1985 Washington quarter might be common, but certain unique ones could be worth a pretty penny. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, it's always exciting to know that hidden treasures might be closer than you think. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coin values, history, and rare finds, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon for more coin collecting content. We're exploring a fascinating coin, the 1995 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. Could this ordinary-looking coin from the 90s actually be worth a fortune? Let's dig into its history, unique features, and why collectors are willing to pay big bucks for one in pristine condition. Let's start with some history. The 1995 P quarter was minted in Philadelphia and is part of the classic Washington quarter series that had been in circulation since 1932. This series honors America's first president, George Washington, and is one of the longest-running series in U.S. coin history. By 1995, the U.S. Mint had already produced millions of Washington quarters, but this year's minting holds some surprises. Coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint that year were part of a batch known for their unique variations and occasional errors, which bring us to their collectible value. Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The 1995 P quarter features George Washington on the obverse side, designed by John Flanagan. On the reverse, we see the familiar bald eagle with its wings spread, a design symbolizing strength and freedom. The P Mint mark on this coin indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Unlike other rare coins with limited runs, this quarter wasn't part of a special release. However, that's where the story gets interesting. Although millions of these coins were produced, there are certain versions of the 1995 P quarter that are highly prized by collectors. Look out for minting errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or double dies. These errors are considered rare, and when found in exceptional, untouched condition known as mint state, they can drive the value up significantly. The most valuable of these coins are those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, which verify and certify their condition and any unique errors. The highest graded 1995 P quarters have been known to sell for thousands and sometimes millions at auction. Now let's talk about the million-dollar potential. A perfect, high-grade specimen of the 1995 P quarter with a significant error could be the key to a fortune. Coins in MS68 or higher, meaning they're almost flawless, are the ones that drive bidding wars among collectors. Rarity, combined with historical interest and immaculate condition, makes these coins highly desirable. While a standard 1995 P quarter might only be worth face value, if you have one in mint condition with a rare error, it's like striking gold. Some of these high-grade quarters have reached record-breaking prices at auctions, making them extremely valuable. Look for off-center strikes, doubling on the letters or numbers, or any unusual marks. Coins in the best condition without scratches or wear are the most valuable. To confirm its worth, consider getting it graded by a professional service, which can give you an official grade and certification. And remember, the smallest details make the biggest difference in coin collecting. Who would have thought that a simple 1995 P quarter could be worth so much? If you're lucky enough to find one in great condition with an error, you could have a small fortune in your hands. Keep searching, stay curious, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips and history. We're talking about the 2002 Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. This coin is not only a piece of American history, but also a potential jackpot for collectors. Let's dive into what makes this coin unique, its fascinating history, and why some versions of it could be worth millions of dollars. The 2002 quarter dollar belongs to the famous 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999 and continued through 2008. Each year, the United States Mint released 5 quarters, each one honoring a different state. In 2002, the coins celebrated Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, and Mississippi, and were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, marked by their respective P and D mint marks. With its release, the 2002 D quarter became part of this historic program designed to showcase the diversity and heritage of American states. The Denver Mint, where the D mint mark coins were produced, struck millions of these quarters, but not all coins are created equal. Some of these coins, thanks to unique errors, pristine conditions, and rare variations, are now highly sought after. Let's talk about the design. The 2002 quarters feature Washington's profile on the obverse, or head side, and each state's unique imagery on the reverse. This coin is made from a copper-nickel alloy and weighs about 5.67 grams. Collectors look for fine details, like sharp strike quality and flawless surfaces, especially if the coin is uncirculated or in mint condition. Narrator. Now, these coins may look like any other quarter, but slight variations, especially in coins produced at the Denver Mint, can set certain coins apart, potentially making them worth thousands or even millions of dollars. So, what makes a 2002 D quarter dollar worth so much money? A few factors can drive up a coin's value to incredible heights. One of the biggest factors is condition. The highest graded coins, which are uncirculated and display no wear, are the most valuable. If your quarter is graded by a professional grading company as MS 68 or higher, you're in for a treat. Another key to the jackpot: errors and varieties. For example, coins with misprints, double dies, or other unique minting mistakes are in high demand among collectors. Even a small misalignment in the die can mean big bucks, and because errors are unintentional and rare, they make these coins even more valuable. Additionally, some coins have unusual toning or colors due to their exposure to the elements over time. If you come across a 2002 D quarter with rare coloration and it's in near-perfect condition, don't pass it up. It could be worth a significant amount. How much could one of these quarters be worth? While typical circulated 2002 D quarters might only be worth their face value, high-grade versions or those with unique errors have sold for thousands, and some experts say that the most exceptional ones could eventually reach values in the millions. Collectors have already paid significant amounts at auctions for high-quality, error-laden state quarters. And if you find a pristine 2002 D quarter with the right features, you could be looking at a small fortune. Is your coin shiny and without scratches or blemishes? The better the condition, the higher the value. Look closely at both sides of the coin under a magnifying glass. Can you spot any doubling, misalignments, or unique markings? If you think you have a gem, consider getting your coin professionally graded by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A high grading could significantly increase its market value. So, the next time you come across a 2002 D quarter dollar, remember, it might be more than just spare change. Check it carefully because that little piece of history might be a hidden treasure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing coin discoveries. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2016 P Mint Mark quarter dollar coin. Whether you're a collector or just curious, this coin has a unique story and some versions are actually valued in the millions. Let's uncover why. The 2016 P Mint quarter dollar is part of the America the Beautiful series, showcasing national parks and historic sites. The P Mint mark represents the Philadelphia Mint, where these quarters were produced. This series celebrates the beauty and heritage of America, and the designs feature different iconic landmarks for each year. In 2016, 5 unique designs were minted, each honoring a different landmark: Shawnee National Forest, Cumberland Gap, Harper's Ferry, Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and Fort Moultrie. These coins not only reflect American history, but have become prized in the coin collecting world. So, what makes some of these 2016 P Mint Mark quarters worth thousands, even millions? The answer lies in a few factors: rarity, errors, and condition. First, let's talk about rarity. While millions of these coins were minted, only a few made it into circulation in perfect condition. Coins graded as MS, mint state, 67 or higher are exceedingly rare. But the real jackpot lies in finding coins with unique errors. Errors can range from double dies to off-center strikes or even unique die cracks. These imperfections add immense value because they make the coin one of a kind. In 2016 quarters, look for double dies on features like letters or detailed designs. Some collectors have discovered subtle errors in the beautiful designs that send the value skyrocketing. These rare errors could transform a 25-cent piece into something that commands a hefty price. Next up is the condition. To reach the $1 million mark, the coin has to be almost flawless. Coins are graded on a scale up to 70, and those graded 68 or higher become incredibly valuable. In recent auctions, similar pristine quarters have sold for 6 to 7 figures. So, if you've got a 2016 P Mint Mark quarter in near-perfect condition, you might just be holding onto a treasure worth a small fortune. Wondering how to check your 2016 P quarter? Here are some quick tips. Look closely under good lighting for any doubling, cracks, or off-center strikes. A magnifying glass can help reveal details. The fewer scratches and blemishes, the better. High-grade coins are often untouched by circulation. If you think you've got a rare coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A top-tier grade could significantly boost its value. Now let's talk money. As of the latest auctions, 2016 P Mint quarters with rare errors and near-perfect conditions have fetched hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, millions. Collectors and enthusiasts are willing to pay astronomical amounts for these coins. So, don't underestimate the value of that quarter you might have just tossed in a drawer. We're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins with the 2006 P Washington quarter, a coin that, believe it or not, could be worth millions. Stick around to find out what makes this particular quarter so valuable and why collectors are on the hunt for this rare gem. The 2006 Washington quarter might look like any regular quarter at first glance, but there's a lot more to it. This coin was minted to commemorate the legacy of George Washington, and it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, giving it the P Mint mark. But what makes this quarter extra special are the unique variations and minting quirks that have created some incredibly rare specimens worth astronomical amounts. The 2006 Washington quarter is part of the State Quarter series that ran from 1999 to 2008. This series brought excitement to coin collecting, as it featured designs from each state, but the 2006 P quarter stands out. The P Mint mark shows it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which produced millions of these quarters. So, how could one be worth millions? Let's get into the rare variations. There are a few key variations that make certain 2006 P quarters extremely valuable. Some of these coins have minting errors like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or missing details due to weak strikes. These errors occur when the minting process has a flaw, making each of these quarters a unique, one-of-a-kind piece. Errors like this turn a simple 25-cent coin into a collector's dream, sometimes valued at hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. But why millions? Well, it's not just about the error, it's about the rarity and demand. For example, certain error types, like dramatic doubling or unusual off-centers, may exist in only a few known specimens. Collectors and investors go crazy for these unique pieces, leading to bidding wars at auctions. Some error coins have reached record-breaking prices because of their rarity, historical value, and the appeal to serious collectors. Now, let's talk about what to look for if you have a 2006 P quarter. Start by examining the coin's details closely. Look for any signs of doubling on the date or the words United States of America and E pluribus unum. Check the edges. An off-center strike or missing ridges could be a sign of a rare variation. And if you find something unusual, consult a coin expert for an evaluation. Before rushing to sell, remember that the value of error coins depends heavily on their condition and grading. Rare coins are often sent to grading services like PCGS or NGC, where they are assessed for authenticity, condition, and rarity. A coin with a high grade in an unusual error can be worth significantly more than one in average condition. So, if you think you've hit the jackpot, it's worth getting it certified. So there you have it, the story of the 2006 Washington quarter. A small coin with a huge potential value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye out for unique features in your pocket change. Who knows? You might just be holding a $1 million coin. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin collecting tips and stories. And if you've got a unique 2006 quarter or any rare finds, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear about it. We're diving into the hidden history and shocking value of the 2001 Mint Mark $quarter coin. That's right, this everyday coin might be worth a fortune. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why. The 2001 $quarter was part of the 50-state quarters program, a special initiative by the U.S. Mint that started in 1999 and ran through 2008. Each year, 5 unique state quarters were released, each designed to celebrate one of the 50 states. The year 2001 featured quarters from New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky, making it a special year for collectors. But today, we're focusing on one small detail that's easy to overlook: the Mint mark. This mark tells us that the coin was minted in Philadelphia, one of the main mints in the United States. And here's the incredible part. Some of these coins, with certain features, have turned out to be worth much, much more than 25 cents. So, what makes certain 2001 quarters worth millions? Comes down to rarity and errors. In rare cases, coins from the Philadelphia Mint can contain minting errors that make them one of a kind. Known as error coins, these mistakes include double dies, off-center strikes, and even planchet errors, where the coin blank has a flaw. These rare errors can send the value of a common-looking quarter soaring. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare error coins, you could be looking at a small fortune. Serious collectors and coin grading experts say that some high-grade, error-free 2001 quarters with exceptional quality can fetch prices that soar into the thousands or even millions under the right circumstances. When it comes to determining the value of your 2001 quarter, condition is everything. Coin grading organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, grade coins on a scale from 1 to 70. The closer your coin is to a perfect grade of 70, the more valuable it becomes. Some pristine, high-grade error coins from 2001 have hit auction floors and sold for thousands. And yes, some exceptional pieces have even touched the $1 million mark. So, check that change jar. If you spot a 2001 Mint Mark quarter, especially one in mint condition or with visible errors, it might be worth a lot more than just face value. Even a single unusual coin could change your life. Who knew a simple quarter could be worth millions, right? If you enjoyed this treasure hunt for hidden coin value, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Don't forget to leave a comment below if you've got any interesting coin finds, or if there's a specific coin you'd like us to explore. And remember, keep looking, you never know what treasures are hiding in your pocket. We're diving into a very exciting topic for coin collectors and enthusiasts: the 1994 Washington quarter. You may have one in your pocket right now, but could it really be worth millions? Stick around to find out. Let's start with a bit of history. The Washington quarter, which debuted in 1932, has seen many design updates and changes over the years. The 1994 quarter, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, is part of a later series of quarters that maintain the classic Washington portrait on the front. However, some unique characteristics make this particular year highly valuable. In terms of design, it may look similar to other quarters from the time, but collectors have identified certain errors and varieties in some of these coins that set them apart and can make them incredibly valuable. What makes the 1994 quarter so fascinating is the potential for striking errors or rare die varieties that increase its worth significantly. Now, you're probably wondering, what makes a 1994 quarter worth more than face value? Let's talk about a few key factors. Coins with mint errors like double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks are often worth much more than regular quarters. Sometimes, collectors have found 1994 quarters with unique errors that could fetch hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A 1994 P quarter in mint state or uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more. Coins that have been well preserved with sharp details and no visible damage are graded higher, which directly influences their market value. Some varieties of the 1994 P quarter, particularly those with rare die variations, can be exceptionally valuable. If a coin has a distinct appearance due to a unique die characteristic, like a doubled die or a die crack, it can turn a common quarter into a sought-after collectible. So, could a 1994 P quarter really be worth millions? Well, while it's true that typical quarters from this year may not reach such astronomical values, there are certain rare coins with unusual features that can fetch high prices in auction. In particular, some 1994 P quarters with rare errors have been known to sell for thousands of dollars. Carefully inspect the coin for any striking errors, like double strikes or an off-center design. Even minor errors can greatly increase the value. If your coin has minimal wear and sharp details, it might be worth getting professionally graded. Grading companies like PCGS or NGC can provide a certification of authenticity and condition, which helps when selling it. Compare your coin to known varieties listed online or in coin catalogs. If your quarter matches one of these, you could have a rare and valuable find. So, while most 1994 P Washington quarters are only worth their face value, those rare gems with unique errors, exceptional condition, or special die characteristics can indeed be worth much more. If you're lucky enough to find one of these, you could be holding onto a valuable piece of numismatic history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and rare coin discoveries. Let us know in the comments if you found any interesting coins in your own collection. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! We're diving deep into a modern gem, the 2019 P Mint Mark $quarter coin, and guess what? Some of these coins could be worth a fortune. So stick around to find out why. Let's start with a bit of history. The 2019 quarters were released as part of the U.S. Mints America the Beautiful Quarters program, which began in 2010. These quarters were specially designed to celebrate America's natural beauty and history, with unique designs for each state and national landmark. And 2019, we saw 5 special designs commemorating different national parks and sites, including Lowell National Historical Park, American Memorial Park, and more. And the P Mint mark on these quarters? That stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where these coins were produced. Now, you might be wondering, why would a quarter that's only a few years old be worth anything beyond face value? Well, the answer lies in its unique minting details, errors, and demand among collectors. Let's break down what makes the 2019 P Mint Mark quarter so valuable. One of the biggest factors that can drive up the value of any coin is an error, and the 2019 quarters have had some pretty fascinating ones. Collectors have found errors like double dies, die cracks, and even some off-center strikes. These minting mistakes are highly sought after because they make each coin unique. A 2019 P quarter with a noticeable error could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity and condition of the error. Condition is everything. A 2019 P quarter that's been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning it has barely been handled and has little to no wear, is always worth more. Coins that grade high on the Sheldon scale, especially those close to MS-70, the perfect grade, can attract big money from collectors. Imagine finding a flawless 2019 quarter in your change. That coin could sell for a premium, especially with the right error or unique trait. Another important point to consider is demand and scarcity. Though millions of 2019 quarters were minted, only a small number of those are in uncirculated, mint condition, and even fewer have rare errors. That combination of low supply and high demand makes these coins valuable, especially among dedicated collectors. Make sure it's a P for Philadelphia. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes. The more pristine the condition, the better. If you think you've found something special, sending it to a professional grading service can confirm its value. So, what's the potential value of a rare 2019 P Mint Mark quarter? While typical quarters from 2019 might only be worth face value, Coins with unique errors or perfect mint conditions have sold for hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars at auction. That's right. With the right traits, your 2019 quarter could be worth much more than 25 cents. So there you have it. Next time you come across a 2019 quarter, don't just toss it in your change jar. Take a closer look. You could be holding onto a valuable piece of modern coin history. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting insights, and let us know in the comments if you found any special quarters in your collection.